Hi, John. It's Brian Beagley, the bloodborne pathogen guy. When Holly told me it was your birthday, I thought to myself, who the hell is John Vernon? And then I remembered, oh yeah, he was that guy at Hospitality Partners who had all of those crazy goddamn rules. Turns out, those rules were spot on as I look at my own 30-year career. Just want to wish you a happy 68th birthday and thank you, Mike and Fred, for all that you did for me while I was in DC. If you're ever in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, look me up. I'd be happy to buy you some cheese curds and beer. Take care.
Hey John, happy birthday. This is Lucy. Miss seeing you around. Really enjoyed working with you. I have fond memories of you doing your, I've forgotten what we called it, but when you would come and check how clean our environment was and you'd come through with your gloved fingers and check for dust. Lots of fun memories, a great inspiration, a wonderful leader. And I hope you have a very happy birthday. Thank you.
Hi, I hope I'm not too late to the party. In your career, if you're very lucky, you'll come across somebody who is a mentor and a great example of everything you should be in business. And I was lucky enough to do that when I met John Vernon. So John, happy birthday. I hope that everybody you touch and everybody who has been part of your life is celebrating you today, because I know I am. It's Robin Goldberg, in case you don't recognize me, but I'm happy to be part of this.
Hello, happy birthday, John. Laura Janusik here. Long time no see. I wanted to wish you a happy birthday because I know that it is a big one for you, and I marvel at how many people you have touched, and I can only hope that I can touch half as many people in my life and the career that I've chosen to do. When I think of Vernonisms, there are two that really stand out. The first, and the one that I use probably the most in my everyday life, has to do with putting things where they belong, organizing, right? Keeping things organized. And I so remember that video that you did of checking Holly's desk. You really could have invented YouTube because so many of those Vernonisms would lend themselves well to video. But you were checking Holly's desk and you just kept going, staple, stapler, staple, staplers. No, yes, that was it. Staplers, staples. Yes, you know what I mean. Anyway, you really brought home the point that if those two things go together, they should be stored together in the desk. And for decades now, whenever I was setting up a kitchen or my office or whatever room, if two things went together, I always made sure that they were put together. And I could hear you just saying, stapler, staples, in the back of my mind. So thank you for that Vernonism. The second one is that listening is more important than speaking. And I guess I eventually took that one really to heart because, as you know, I left hospitality to go and get my advanced degrees. I've got my master's and my PhD both in the area of communication with a specialty in listening. So I can actually talk about listening now from an academic perspective and see how it applies to work. And actually, I'm on my way now to go do a training for the Nurses Association in listening. So I thank you so much for the great years that I had with you. They weren't a lot, but they were enough to make a huge impact on my life. Have a great birthday.
Hey everybody in HP land, it's Lisa Barber, blast from the past. I'm here, I'm actually swinging on a swing near a lake in Florida. But I wanted to say happy birthday, John, and tell you that I so loved and appreciate everything I was taught by you, by HP, all the wonderful people connected to HP. I still think all the time about the frame picture in your office that talked about how the hotels came first, before us, before ego. All of that has really guided me through my career in keeping focused on what's so important about this industry. And of course, clean, having you come and find us the cleanest food and beverage operation, and having breakfast on our kitchen floor was obviously an awesome achievement, but having fun at work is so critical, and that's another thing that I loved about HP. And I still use phrases like collecting the cash and not reinventing the wheel and all of that that I learned. And I thank you for putting up with me in my formative years, because I know it wasn't always easy. But anyway, I hope you have an amazing birthday, and I miss you and love you all. Bye.
Hey John, it's Edinger. I am sending you this video to wish you an incredibly happy birthday. And I'm going to do a little bit of a takeoff on what everyone else has been saying, because it occurred to me as folks were talking about what an impact you've had on their lives, both personally and professionally. I started to look around my office and thought, oh my gosh, it's like a John Vernon tour. So I'm going to flip things around here a little bit and just show you however many years later, I believe it's 17 since I've left Hospitality Partners, what an impact you're still having on the day-to-day at the Inns of Aurora. Okay, so first we're going to start with, in my office, I have a giant, this is a 5-foot by 3-foot leadership job chart. Despite the fact that it says Inns of Aurora up top, it is very much the same one we used and put together for Hospitality Partners. As you come over and look on my bookshelf, you're going to see where it all began. Do you see this one right here? Production, Operations, Planning, and Control. That's the book that you gave me when I had to do the queuing theory process. So that would have been back in the summer of 1980 at the front desk of guest quarters. Then these are some of my personal favorites that I still have here. You can see this first one on the left is the HP Specs and Guidelines for Personnel. Gosh, we don't even call it personnel anymore, it's human resources. Next to that, and I have a number of these books, but I just am filming it on one. Back when we started the whole quality process and we went down to Phil Crosby's in Florida and went through all that training. There's the Federal Express, which was very instrumental in the putting together the leadership job chart. We've got the Disney program that we went through, behavioral interviewing, and then, as you will recall, my concept that I still use here is I do an annual book discussion with all of my managers. So I pick a business book and we read it every year, some of which we started back in the old days at Hospitality Partners, but now I've added significantly to the collection. And I candidly can't get myself to give up the videos over here. Most of my staff looks at it and has no idea what the heck those things are, because videos, as you know, are not really used these days. Then you flip over here to my desk, and this is faded over the years, but it's posted right behind my computer here. And this was you sketching out on a piece of paper right before I left Hospitality Partners the key things that I had to focus on when I got here. And they had to do with quality, and they had to do with exercise and having some fun. So it's this sheet here, it's faded over the years. I also have right behind me the 7 habits always posted up in front, because that was something that we read together down there and has been instrumental in terms of how I do things. So those are some of the key things that, just as I look around my office here, oh wait, no, that's not true. Then I have all of my Dancing Customer Awards up here from Hospitality Partners, so I can still talk to people about what we used to do back at that company. And I'm looking to see if there's anything else. We've since moved on, kind of proud. Here's our James Beard dinner. So despite the fact that food and beverage is the cross we must bear, we've been actually pretty successful with it up here. So I just wanted you to know what an incredible impact. Oh wait, here's one more. Here's an award up here. This is from the Inc. MCI Award that Holly and I both won as we were working for you. So you can see that there are a tremendous number of things that have happened and the impact that you've had on my life and certainly this company here. So they may not know it, but much of what we do is in fact related back to Hospitality Partners. And I'll just end with what I have right behind my computer screen, which is my name tag still from Hospitality Partners. At any rate, hope you have an amazing birthday. I am still very much adhering to this, women who behave rarely make history. Love to see you up here, so you always have an open invitation to come to Aurora. Have a great birthday. And one final video here. Across from me is the map of the kingdom here of Inns in Aurora. But what I forgot to film on the last one, which I keep always in my portfolio, is running things. I think this has already been posted up there, but this sheet is always with me in there. And I've got some different ones on the back of lessons learned here. So if you come up here, I'll share with you the new additions to running things.